information. I'm live. Okay, folks, I just wanted to do a little live stream tonight as I put the iPad on. Hopefully, I knock it over. Um, it was a wild, windy day here in southern New Hampshire, and I lost power for about 4.5 hours, 12:30 to about 4:ish, and then oh, my Lego town is destroyed. The winds knocked everything over. It's gonna be really bad. Hopefully, no minifigs perished, but bricks went in like a scattered like a 15-20 foot range. So I gotta pick up all that stuff. I'm not sure if how the internet's working because with all the UPSs beeping for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes on some and not so on others. Things coming back online have been a little slow because it was crazy because it was a crazy day and I still have to go and fix everything up, get it all up and running. I gotta work on that, but want to make sure there's no more winds because we're still on a high wind warning with gusts up to 60. I mean, we've had a couple hurricanes like with Sandy and Irene. We didn't lose power. We didn't lose power with Irene or Sandy, ironically, but every other major storm we lost power. But we hadn't had a power outage in except for this past summer in July. I don't think we had even any power outages during the pandemic. I think the last significant outage we had it went up for like maybe a couple hours was from a thunderstorm from like 2018. So there's been like we've been kind of like lucky. It was ironic was the next neighborhood, the street, because I'm on a corner. The other neighborhood, they didn't lose power. The same thing happened last year, and then another time where we lose power, but the other neighborhood doesn't. So I think it's several of the storms that we've had. That street is fine, but we're not. So I was able to confirm it because the wireless access points on the Wi-Fi when I was looking for. I was trying to not connect to my phone, tether to my phone, and the SSID. I was seeing all the neighborhood ones from that street, not from our block. So it was. I knew that was. I knew something was odd there. So I got center stage enabled here because I like how it just follows me. Like I do with Zoom calls. And then it does the creepy Zoom thing too. Like I feel like I'm being interviewed on Frontline or something like that with the dramatic music. So that was today. So I lost half the day and I was famished. I didn't have lunch and I didn't go in the fridge during the outage because I didn't want to thaw out the refrigerator. So I said to my mom, I'll order some Domino's because I had some points that were going to expire. And I said, well, if the power doesn't come on by 4:30, or if let's say we have another outage, right? Because I wasn't gonna because I was gonna make homemade pizza today, and for dinner actually, and I said if either or doesn't happen by 4:30, I'm gonna order Domino's, which I did. Got a good deal though. I didn't there was a coupon offer and I saved myself almost $30, so that worked out pretty good. So tomorrow night, maybe around 11:30, I'll do an early stream. I'm gonna be doing my night stream, from midnight to 5 daylight time. So it'll be 12, 1, 3, 4, and 5. That's how it works. Obviously, I never do fallback streams because who wants to stay up all night to, of course, I sleep in. But I've done this before for a number of years for the news gathering stuff where I do the radio news overnight. And it's like midday drive. I do 4 straight hours of reading news, depending on traffic, weather, sports updates, doing the March Madness 3
always happens to be March Madness when I do the streams. And that's like, so I did that. And the way it works is I'll be up, I'll wake up at my own time, do some stuff, take a nap from like 4 to 7. Get up at 7, if I get to sleep. Depends on the day. Depends on what year it was, because each year was different. Because 2022, I actually started Saturday night, and I did 6 hours of live news. And so then I get up, have my dinner, and I write the stories, produce the sound cuts, take some sound bites from actual news stories, write down, do the rundown, all by myself, because no one likes to produce. I don't have that many good friends. I have a lot of inferior people in my life. So so then I do the news. I do all the different voices for the different reporters, talent. Commercials were often taped. I don't think I did live commercial reads during my shifts. I would read the sponsor of the piece, but not the I wouldn't do like a live ad read. But it's just my journalist thing, and a lot of people don't understand news. They think news is straight up forward, and then there's news where you just chat about it like a Twitch stream. There's nothing in the middle, and if anyone's younger than an Xer, believe it or not, they're not really well rounded how news is, because they grew up mostly on cable or grew up mostly watching Fox News Channel. Some young cards watch that channel where it's mostly, we already know what's going on. We just want to know what you think, kind of thing, so you can make fun of them, I guess. But I'm just, more of like a, news anchor, radio news. Just read the stories, So I love doing it, but I just didn't feel like, I felt my time was to wrap up, even though I kind of started committing it full time in 2022, 2023. I kind of took the break, ran past 6 months after, and then I'm like, I gotta stop doing this. I gotta find something else. So I doing this platform. And so what I've been doing really since January was just do the live stream of just me gabbing around and doing something and seeing how I do it in real time, kind of thing. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow morning or Sunday morning, and I'm gonna get that. And again, there is a stream link on it, so if you want to watch me do stupid things, you're more than welcome. But don't laugh at my expense, please. That's all I ask. So I'm gonna do that, and the thing that I'm gonna do is it's Marcintosh month, and so I have a vintage Power Mac G4, and I want to install Mac OS 9 and Mac OS 10. I have the disk images, and I'm gonna try to see how I can do this. I'm gonna do it. The intent is to do it with whatchamacallit, I don't know. I'm doing it through network installing, but I don't know how I don't know how to do that. So I also found some moonshot copies of Mac OS 10 server 1.0. Mac OS 10 server 1 that had the classic Mac OS with the Next Step environment. So I might do that too, because I've and stuff like that. So I'll be doing it in the morning, and then I'm gonna do some phone stuff. I'm gonna be doing stuff in real time. So normally when you're installing something, especially Mac OS, it takes like an hour up to for an install. So like instead of just watching a screen and you watching a screen, I'm gonna do something else in the background. So setup is I gotta get the cameras put up. I gotta get the lighting and some the capture equipment. I do have a DVI on that Power Mac, so it should be able to capture what you'll see. What I'll see, what I'll do is I'll look through the OBS console or not console, breakout, whatever the hell it's called, to and so I'll be doing that. And so, so I'll be doing that, and this area will be much more cleaned up. I'm going to be streaming from over there, so the camera will be over there too. I'm going to probably use my phone to stream on this channel. It will be like a bit behind the scenes, so if you want to see what I'm actually doing, flip to my other channel. And you know, I'm not expecting anyone to watch me. I know I have people from outside the country that follows me. I did get a comment on the blog. I just haven't had a chance to follow up on it because I've been, you know, busy, and this, you know, I was out yesterday. I went to Kittery, Maine, yesterday. Went to the coast, but not in Portsmouth. We did, you know, I've already been there. I don't need to go there again. And so went to Kittery, and then get me new boots. They're really nice. Wide foot. Like I haven't had like the boot for like a wide width because I'm a 4E. God, it's crazy with the wide width. And so brushing up all my Cat 5 wires that I was doing. And so anyhow, I went there with my mother. Bought me a Stanley Cup. Called me a yuppie. It was on sale. I had just was at Target on Monday, and I'm like, I'm not spending $40 for, you know, a 30 ounce or less yuppie cup, but it was worth the bang for the buck, I thought. So now I'm one of the cool kids. But yeah, they're nice. I mean, the metal cups, they're great because I have my coffee or my water. I'm trying to drink more water outside of, you know, throughout the day kind of thing. So it's nice to have it cold or chill or not as lukewarm. So but they're really expensive. Even like ones that like merch ones. Like I was at the Connolly Scenic Railroad. They were like $35 for a 24 ounce, and then the Met had the same one for the same price. So they're just overall expensive. I'm not gonna say it's overpriced. It's not my call to make a judgment call. I just gotta throw this out and I go through the door. So I love how it's like an interesting like camera shot you can do. I like to use center stage in some of my video recordings that I want to stream it on. So yeah, I did some video postings this week. They were recorded. And I'm gonna plan to do more of those. I'm probably gonna hopefully I can get it done by next week before Wednesday. I'm gonna be taking a trip away from the office, so I gotta do that. So there's a couple of like recorded stuff, off topic Thursday stuff. So when you see it posted, it's actually been already uploaded and stuff like that. So just keep tuned to the tube, and you'll see that kind of, more of that stuff. And what else has been going on this week? I got, yeah, oh, I'm going to be doing more autism awareness stuff. I know you might think, why, Senior, are you doing this? It's part of it's because the way things have been going the last, year, couple years, 10 years. So I'm going to be producing videos after for the month of March. So then what I'm going to do is my regimen has been I do the recordings either the day before or same day. I edit it in iMovie and I dump it on YouTube and then schedule it to post it at noon Eastern time. So that's kind of how I've been doing it. It has worked. I've been just trying to do a regimen of 4 videos a week at minimum. Just if you've noticed, the quality's been a little bit different. There have been more editing. I'm actually been editing more for the first time in over a year. Because I just was very burnt out. I had gotten trolled on Mini Fake News Guy for they were so disturbed by my content that they just had to get on and shame me and stuff like that. And like it wasn't even like it wasn't just me misinterpreting it. They were just like really didn't they just really wanted to police me out off of YouTube, and well, I did. So I do sometimes post stuff on like the Instagram account because it's my oldest Instagram account. It's 10 years old. I will be 10 years old this summer. So that's why I use that account. So anyways, so that it really drove me down. And like even when I posted a partial video of the eclipse, the solar eclipse, which that was a really fun time. A lot of chaos, but it was worth it. And why we're going up next week is for the total lunar eclipse, which that will be something I'm hoping the forecast can be wrong and we can get some clear skies to see it. I think it's gonna happen. Is it just one of the days? I think it's several days. I'll have to double check which day it is. But I saw a partial one up north in September, and it's really interesting because we looked up for the times and stuff like that, and then I said to my mother, I think we should go back. It's not, and I'm like, wait, I think it got dull a little bit, and then you could see the eclipse. It was rather interesting, and I shouldn't we like both of us, none of us corrected each other, which was kind of hilarious. But the solar eclipse is a different experience. The partial lunar is interesting. I was very blessed that I got some really good pictures. I used my iPhone a lot, and I'm kind of like guilty for using the iPhone because the battery on the devices, I didn't have spare batteries, unfortunately, and so I had to stop on the camcorder, and but between all of our cameras, we got something, and that was what I got some really good shots, and that's what mattered. That's all that mattered. I got something. We experienced the most climactic part where it gets dark and you're literally in night for 2 minutes in the middle of the afternoon. And this was, we also marched ahead 1 hour the month before, so it was a great experience. It was very wild for the things that were going on, but it was pretty good. Like, you gotta live in the moment. So so I got downloaded. I got a few downloads. Like they see your offensive comment to them, and then they go on your channel and then download everything because they just want to shame you off the interwebs, which is really unfortunate. Like, they act as the gatekeepers. They're like doing God's work of being the moral authority kind of thing. So that really brought me down, like people. But my channel was growing. I'm still getting subs. Like I'm over 300, and I haven't even posted a damn thing since the start of the year. Because again, the contractual obligation I'm out with that I really am not supposed to be in news gathering. So yeah, it's hard to let that go. But I'm trying to do like for hire photography or stuff like that. But it's hard to make social connections in a world where people don't want to be bothered, or they're afraid you're hooking up with them, kind of thing. Like everyone's so on edge. Every New Hampshire woman must be, have to fear for her safety because some creepy guy's gonna be out to, and ugh, it's crazy. The crazy state that I live in. It's like, but yeah, getting out of Southern New Hampshire once in a while is a good thing. I'm not sure whether or not I'm gonna relocate or not because I just don't think it's gonna be possible. But I'm already kind of accepting the fact I may have to live with my mother for longer than I want to. It all depends. So that's basically that in that regard. I'll talk more just about me in general tomorrow night because I'm more open and talking about that I'm half-witted kind of a thing. Oh right, yes, April. That's why I diverted from April about. So I want to do some stuff throughout the month of April, but I'm not going to do it every day. I'm not going to do stuff in a commentary form. They might be short videos. I don't know how I'm going to approach it. So just stay tuned. I'm not gonna ignore April, but I'm not gonna obsess on it either. It's like I'm on the like I gotta do something, but I can't do nothing, and stuff like that. So oh, there was another thing. I don't know if I mentioned. I mentioned it in the community or whatever the hell it's called now. I call it the community tab. So I'm old fashioned. And there was the old PBS. Before it was PBS, it was the National Educational Television Network, and I'm not going to bore you with the details why it stopped and PBS began. But in 1965, they did their magazine show on autism's lost children. Okay, you can find it on the Internet Archive. I watched it before I went to bed last night and watched some of it this morning. My mouth dropped about all the stereotypes they talk about with autistic kids today. It was evident in 1965, and the man that was kind of doing like the invention, he was a man. It was a doctor, and I think he was out of California or something like that. And he was a man, really good with the boys. It's like where are they today? Where are all the good men? Oh wait, they've been replaced by the badasses. So I didn't watch the whole thing. It was like a 20-minute show. Obviously, it was, but it was an educational like film. That's really what NET was, because the educational. But it was kind of like entertainment wasn't really a thing on NET. It was like basically broadcasting educational films in the masses. Because it wasn't really until when PBS was founded was when they would do more entertainment that went against commercial TV. So but really what NET was, it was a network. PBS is really not a network. It's like it's a dumping ground of content that stations happen to pay money to run their stuff. That's kind of how it works. But yeah, I saw I saw the screen grab of it on the Logopedia, whatever the hell the thing's called. It's just people that are like average TV nerds, but they don't work in the industries. They're not in CSDs or that there's not just cell animation and CGI animation. There's also like digital video effects, which is not CGI. It's but they don't do it for a trade, so they don't know all the lingos. They talk like they're on monitoring IMDb pages of the content, right? So it's just fandom. I'm a fan of graphics and animations and logos and bugs and all that. I'm just not into all the very frivolous details that sounds more like a IMDb entry than it is of an encyclopedic knowledge. That's my. I like to talk about it at an elevated level, and then I guess I must be some elitist or something weird like that. So, but I'm kind of a snob on it, I guess, when it comes to animation and graphics and logos and stuff like that. 'Cause I just think there's more to it, you know. It's not just, this logo was around and this next package, they call it a logo, but that's what they call it. The logo is like a very generic word. And it's ironic because it's like autistic. It's like, I think some of them are literally on the spectrum. So it's like, you would think they would know what they would be talking about, but they literally like call a logo, everything's a logo, not an identity or package or rebrand. It's just logo. Very, very 8-bit of their brains, sorry. But yeah. It's so funny too, like WGBH, like you want to know what their priorities are in 2024, 2025. They go and comment other people's Instagram photos that are not photos, but videos of like old PBS IDs. WGB. It's like the literal official Instagram account is commenting on things the fan is talking about. But the station's got so many problems. They don't even have any local content. They do, but they just put them on Instagram, so I have to pay the union obligations just to evade from having to deal with dirty laundry as a local TV station. Your neighborhood public broadcasting outlet. Have you watched Frontlines? Speaking of Frontlines, I mentioned it earlier with the camera zooming in on me, like have you seen how low brow their quality is now? Like I thought they did some really damn good documentaries of recent years, but they're really, they really are tilted as fuck. They just really like to like the Trump MAGA base. I'm not saying I'm a MAGA guy, but I just like do you have to do another hit job on Trump? Like you do it every year now, and now you've lost like your credibility, and now you're like discrediting the P-Head network at the same time. It's just like it's like people are not interested in that stuff. It's like don't make things more political than it already is, kind of thing. And Frontline has not gotten that memo. They just keep doing hit jobs on Trump, and then they're talking about cutting the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Well, it's kind of evident because you can see that the quality of the content is getting cheaper on the PBS shows. So I go talk about something about autism to logos, to public media, back to logos, and stuff like that. Someone's got to keep a track of my topics. I am going on multiple tangents at like 29 minutes in my stream here. Imagine dealing with it for 4 hours. So yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, and I'll be down here for 4 straight hours too. Like I don't take a break. A lot of times when I did the news wheels, I would take a break at the top of the hour, and just like reshuffle my rundown so I could not look like I'm haphazardly running my show, which a lot of times I did. So yep. So I don't know how many hours I've streamed in my lifetime. I've streamed them a lot. I never really catalog. If I do like 5, on average about 3.5 streams a week, like in 2020 and 2021, multiply that on a weekly basis. That's a lot of hours because I do like 1 hour, 1 to 2 more, not more than an hour, but not less than 2. So average it at an hour and a half per stream. Yeah, I did a lot of streaming, particularly in 2017ish, for sure. Speaking about live streams, Facebook is trying to purge all your live streams that you on, including your personal stuff on your personal Facebook. So that's interesting to know. I guess Facebook needs to have that space for their meta applications or what. Like, I don't know why they're just, because I know like when I used to stream on like Instagram, it would give you the option you want to purge it in 30 days, and now like but I bet it's gonna be mandatory now. So that kind of sucks. But you know, we're not paying for the platform, I guess. So they control the rules. Gotta give my cousin Mark's creepy Zuckerberg, you know, my loyalty to Lord and Savior of social media, which I wish he wasn't, but better than the late not so great Susan W. You know, she was a whack job. She was a whack job at YouTube. But maybe she wouldn't be as bad as Elon, where he blocks or cancels Steve Wozniak for he was on CNBC International the other day. I forget which day it was. It might have been yesterday. And he was talking about how he was complaining about how the user interface in Tesla is counterintuitive, and then all of a sudden his Twitter or X gets basically blocked. I'm like, yep, that's what happens when you have a one-man governing of the company, let alone government. You know, it's crazy. And speaking about Elon, it looks like he might be losing his job with Doge, according to the rumor mill. I was reading this morning. I'm like, God, Trump is like, I wonder if he like gets creeped out, like he sees himself in the mirror with people that think like him. So in order to prevent his insecurities, he's gonna fire them. It's like really bad. Like once he starts to get to know them, and then he sees their flaws, then he just thinks that this coping mechanisms, he's gotta fire them. Oh shit, it's 35. Wow, I've been down here since probably 6. That makes sense. Well, the time has flown. But I'm going to be down here throughout the night. I'm probably going to go up at about 11 because I still have to get the virtual servers back on. I can ping into the environment. I'm going to try to do it on the iPad to get the servers back up and running. It's just get the core ones down and then turn everything else back on. So hopefully this windstorm tomorrow won't be as bad. So I started at 8 o'clock. I didn't check the time when I went on, but this was kind of like what I did the other time, so nearly predictable. So yeah, so tomorrow night I might go live here at 11:30. I'll be streaming from that computer. You can't really see it because that's my ThinkPad behind my other screens here, and so I'll be streaming from that computer, and I will get the stream up, and again it'll be me working on the Power Mac, trying to get that thing to run Mac OS, different versions of Mac OS, and yeah, that will be fun. And I'm gonna do more of those things, and like I said, I'm gonna do it a little bit differently because a lot of them don't really know a lot of the professional stuff. Like the Mac actually had professional stuff, and I will be talking about Mac OS server on my stream tomorrow night, so tune in.
not the stuff like not superficial things like the computer clan who like likes to talk about the QuickTime default movie that comes in. That's like trivial stuff. Like for me, I like to spend my time talking about the nuts and bolts of what really makes the Mac OS. Not like something that's retro and cool. Like, oh, Claris was rebranded, so oh, let's play Claris works because Apple rebranded FileMaker Pro, and then no one talks about FileMaker Pro. Like I could go on. I live and breathe FMP. Not the latest and greatest, of course, because I can't afford the latest and greatest. But I'm using I think 10 and 11. And like I said, I swear by it. It kicks the ass of Access, hands down. If you're just like trying to simp for Microsoft, you're a simp for Microsoft. You know, it's just it. It's because it's a lot more adaptive, and in fact, you can actually query. You can basically turn FMP and a facade to a boring SQL backend. Or those who are not familiar with the platform, they call it SQL. But it's really SQL. It's SQL, bitches. So that might be another stream I'll work on that other channel. That I've had for almost 10 years too. So like everything like my modern social media, I had social media like YouTubes and stuff like that back in like the late aughts when I purged it, and then I rebooted in 2015 and it didn't really go off. So I'm wondering if some of my older YouTube videos are trending the way I'm seeing on YouTube. Now I'm seeing like YouTube videos from like when I was in high school appear on the screen. And it's like, yeah, it's like, cool, it'll be 20 years this year. Yeah, 20 years. It was great when it wasn't owned by Google. I'm gonna say that. I think Google ruined it. But yeah, all right, that's all I did. I did almost 40 minutes of just nothingness. So again, tune in tomorrow. The link is in the it should be on my page. If you check the page, it should appear as a future event. Check it out, link it, comment, count down to 3 o'clock with me. That'll be fun. That'll make me less lonely. And it'll probably take 4 hours for me to get that one done. And then I'll do some other stuff in between while things are inside, so you're not watching a boring screen all the time. That's kind of helps. And yeah, so I hope you check it out. And God, wood is very you gotta take good care of unfinished wood. Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, if I could flip the camera over, yeah, here we go. This is my overhead cubicle. This is a 3 oh crap. Should just let me just take it without the. This is one of those 3 cubes that you find at like an AC Moore. That's where I got it at the time. And then in 2023, I turned this into like a cubicle, literally. Not necessarily like I didn't want to make another hutch, or an appearance of a hutch, but then I extended it so it goes from the ground up. This piece of wood, I had this fastened by a washer and a bolt, and that's an interesting thing. I did that while the power was out. I had the drill and I worked on that. That was actually the last thing before the pizza came. It looks like my headboard, because the headboard's built a similar way too. It's kind of funny. That's actually an inspo. And this is an IKEA kids desk that I have it at the lowest because I like to work in a low profile because I'm short. So yeah. So that's how I do very custom builds, but I do buy shrink wrap stuff. You know, I like to buy shrink wrap plus custom, if that makes sense. I'm like I have a deck, but I don't have a tiny dick energy where I'm like, hey, I like to build this because it's cheaper and you don't have to, it's not overpriced and blah blah and underwhelming, blah 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 blah. It's like people, dudes, come on, bros. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2.